What's happening, everybody? This is Mr. Unit, and today we are looking at how to break into the safe in the Safehouse in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm not very good at these puzzly type games. It's one of the major reasons that Cold War was an absolute turn-off for me. However, I found this one relatively straightforward, but time-consuming, so hopefully if you're of the same sort of temperament as me, this will be helpful and save you a bit of time and stop you from throwing things around. I carried this out just after the mission Most Wanted, when you get the Senator's retinal scan. I have taken great pains to mute or cut any of the potential spoilers in this, although it's very early doors to be getting this. Here we go. So you'll see in the top bedroom, along with other bits of intel, there is a safe, and the safe has got a 4-digit lock on it. Start off by heading out to the shooting range out the back, and you'll find a wee hut right at the back of it, which has got somebody's to-do list on it. And the main points for it are to get the furnace going, investigate the piano, and access the secret bunker. Now that you've seen that and told you that, you don't need to go all the way over there to do it, but it's there if you want to see it for sake of completion. So I was really excited when it said, here's the piano, have a look at it, because I clocked this in the first visit to the safe house and was convinced that the Cyrillic writing at the top was some sort of code message. So using my knowledge of very, very basic Russian alphabet, I googled what the writing at the top of the piano was, and it turned out to be Do Re Mi So Fa Li, which, as most of you might be aware, is that song from The Sound of Music and the way of identifying different notes. So I'd played about with the piano for ages. I was absolutely convinced that it would be some well-known tune or something. However, it is not. But it is important, so we'll go back to it later. That black light that I'm using, you can find just behind the piano on one of the tables. So when I initially tried this door in the first visit to Safe House, it was locked. I don't know if it's time locked so that you can only access it once you've reached a certain point in the game. For me, as I say, this was after the third mission, Most Wanted. What you're really interested once you get to the bottom of those stairs into the basement is this furnace puzzle. So a combination of buttons and valves to pull and push to avoid the horrible noise that it makes and to get the furnace working again. Also bits of intel dotted about in here, and a direction to the black light if you hadn't found it already, and my directions weren't good enough. So on the left you've got the fuel line, which you want to start by turning to 0. You've then got the water, which you also want to turn to 0. This took me longer than it should have, because I thought that the red indicated low pressure, and it doesn't. So you try that, but it doesn't work. Go over to the fuel valve and turn it 1 turn, so that the pilot catches. You then go to the water valve and put that to half pressure as well. Now you needed a good and steady strong flame, it said in the note, to get the water going into it. I don't know if you had to leave it for a certain amount of time. I certainly did, because I went back upstairs and I found these little black light hidden notes around the piano room. So I read that obviously as 5 Ray, so I went and hit the Ray note 5 times, and that didn't do anything. But it indicated to me that if it was a 5, there was probably a 1, 2, 3 and 4 at the very least. And by having a wee wander about the room, you will find the notes that you need to play and the order in which you need to play them in order to access the secret bunker room. Some of them are quite easy to find once you knew what you were looking for. Some of them were a good bit harder, like the one for number 4, which took me a silly amount of time wandering about and checking all sorts of daft places before eventually discovering it above the door there. Handily, they all have arrows pointing to the next one. The one I spotted first, 5, is just under there, behind that door. Not on that side, you fool. And there we have it. So head to piano, play the notes in order, and you will be rewarded with access to your very own secret bunker. I found this frustrating trying to remember what way the notes went, because I was never musically inclined. I don't know about yourselves, but I found wandering about the mansion a bit of a pain. I don't like you kind of jump or crawl. It probably saves me time not being able to do either of those things, because I'd be spend my time trying to find odd bits and places that you shouldn't be able to get to. I've already frozen the game during Most Wanted because I tried to jump up on the bar and succeeded, but then wasn't allowed to come back down from it. So on your right, you will see the stairs now visible because that door is opened, and head down into the bunker entrance. But there's a lock, and you can see that that amber light there matches the amber light that you did when you did the half-ass job like I did on the furnace. So go back up to the furnace, turn the water around so it's fully on, and you'll now see a green light flashing, which allows you to open the door into the bunker. The bunker's got another set of small puzzles on it, including a keypad lock decipher, which you can use the black light to help you solve. The main part of the puzzle, and the one that I got stuck in for a good long time, was listening to this recording. So the recording tells you a story, and if you have a look around the room with the black light, you will see that there are various numbers painted on the walls. So in this instance, the record plays the sound of a rocket launch. I was disappointed because I wanted to watch it on film, and my sister was being a good wee housewife and doing the ironing. So that's where you find the numbers there. The recording may change, I'm not sure. Obviously that was my first playthrough of this, so just make sure that the numbers that you are looking up will go in the same order as whatever story you are told. Inside the safe, you will get $1,000 and unlock a blueprint for a knife. Let me know how you get on, and thanks for pairing with me. I will catch you soon.